What happens when two Hollywood stars, each armed with their own loyal following, collide in a legal confrontation so explosive that it threatens to pull back the curtains on every private text, hidden agenda, and steamy on-set secret? In today's video, we're diving headlong into the scandal swirling around Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, a showdown that's more than just a celebrity feud. It's a tangled web of accusations, counterclaims, leaked footage, and a staggering lawsuit that might reshape both their careers. Stay with us, because this story is unfolding in real time and the twists keep getting wilder at every turn. Some Hollywood dramas creep up quietly, but in the case of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, tension brewed the moment production began on their high-profile film. Blake's star power was intended to boost the project, while Justin, serving as co-star, director, and producer, had creative control. At first, the partnership seemed ideal, yet whispers from the set soon suggested Blake's influence went beyond typical script notes. She demanded scene rewrites, requested scheduling changes, and occasionally overruled decisions that had already been made. While many top-tier actors have creative input, crew members felt her involvement was unusually assertive. Supposedly, Justin attempted to accommodate her, juggling directorial duties with the demands of a powerful co-star. But then Blake's official complaint painted a starkly different picture. She accused Justin of overstepping professional boundaries, making her feel trapped in a hostile environment. She described off-script remarks and physical closeness that crossed the line. At first glance, it sounded like another Me Too scenario, until contradictory evidence emerged. Leaked texts, video clips, and voice memos soon undermined parts of her account. Some started asking whether Blake was the real force orchestrating events, leveraging her influence to shape the film. The idea that an actress might have manipulated the storyline sent shockwaves through the press. Had this partnership devolved into a power struggle where both sides scrambled to control the narrative? The first piece of contentious evidence came from a leaked TMZ video. If Blake truly felt harassed, you'd expect her to look tense or distant. Yet the footage showed something else: casual banter and apparent warmth between her and Justin. Rather than projecting fear, she seemed at ease, almost playful. Then came the text messages, some at odd hours, peppered with personal details like her breastfeeding schedule. They hardly resembled communications from someone hoping to avoid a harasser. Blake's lawyers argued that victims often maintain a polite facade to keep situations calm. Yet many observers found the tone surprisingly intimate, enough to raise doubt. Complicating matters further, Justin's attorneys claimed they had even more evidence revealing Blake as both comfortable and demanding. In contrast, Blake's legal team said the defense was cherry-picking and spinning the facts, burying her genuine grievances behind flashy leaks. The question became, whose reality was more accurate? As more documents emerged, so did confusion. Megyn Kelly even dismissed certain allegations as a whole lot of nothing when seen in full context. Fans who once rallied behind Blake began wavering, realizing that the story might not be as cut and dried as initially assumed. And Justin wasn't sitting still. He signaled a coming legal move that could turn the tables completely, a massive counterclaim that would transform him from the accused into the accuser. But before that bombshell landed, the power dynamics fueling this feud needed closer examination. Hollywood thrives on clout, and Blake is no ordinary actress. She's married to Ryan Reynolds, an industry heavyweight whose presence can loom large, even if he's not formally attached to a project. Some insiders believe this silent influence gave Blake extra leverage during production. Who wants to cross a Hollywood power couple? Justin, meanwhile, had to direct, produce, and co-star. He relied on Blake's draw at the box office, but also had to assert his own vision. Friction escalated when he reportedly tried setting firm boundaries, perhaps about script changes or filming logistics. Suddenly, the once friendly dynamic vanished, replaced by accusations and tension on set. Some who were there claimed Blake's demeanor shifted drastically after one particular disagreement, almost as if she'd flipped a switch. Skeptics wondered if she was orchestrating a narrative to ensure her creative control. Still, her supporters maintained this was simply a breaking point for someone who had tolerated too much for too long. What's clear is that these behind-the-scenes power plays rarely become public, unless a lawsuit forces them out into the open. And this one exploded spectacularly, drawing in more than just alleged boundary issues. The next revelation took the conversation down an even stranger path, casting more doubt on Blake's consistency. Before the main legal drama erupted, Blake lobbed an unsettling claim. Justin's producing partner had shown her pornography, pornography. Outrage ensued, with many assuming the team had normalized explicit content on set. But the image that surfaced was startlingly different. A raw yet intimate photo of the partner, his wife, and their newborn taken post-home birth. While some might argue a personal snapshot can be inappropriate at work, it was hardly salacious. Critics wondered if Blake had deliberately labeled it pornography to spark shock and condemnation. If she did, it suggested a willingness to exaggerate for maximum impact. On the flip side, perhaps Blake simply felt deeply uncomfortable. However, the discrepancy set off alarms. If she called a family birth photo porn, what else might she have overblown? Doubts swirled, overshadowing the rest of her claims. Even some steadfast fans questioned her methods. This credibility crack proved pivotal. As a result, every new allegation Blake made faced extra scrutiny. Whether it was a misunderstanding or deliberate spin, the label porn became a key talking point, one that might have damaged her standing more than any defense Justin could have mustered. And that was just the start of revelations that seemed to challenge her narrative. Text messages are one thing, but an emotionally charged 7-minute voice memo recorded at 2 a.m. by Justin added more confusion. He sounded worn out, apologetic, even fearful that he had let Blake down. He referenced her busy schedule, mentioning breastfeeding, and pleaded that he never intended harm. Those who saw Justin as the bad guy claimed the memo showed he recognized he'd crossed a line. But others heard a man desperate to appease a star who could jeopardize his project. The power dynamic seemed inverted. Justin didn't sound like the one holding all the cards. There's also the question of who saved the recording. Did Blake plan to use it as proof of wrongdoing, or did Justin preserve it to show how anxious he was to placate her demands? In Hollywood, collecting evidence is practically routine once tensions rise. Yet the raw vulnerability of this recording caught everyone by surprise. It contradicted the notion of Justin as a smug figure, unconcerned with Blake's well-being. Blake's side argued the memo proved Justin felt guilty. Justin's team countered that it showed he was bending over backward to please someone who might have been threatening or manipulative. Either way, it gave the public a rare window into their real-time dynamic, one that looked a lot more complicated than the surface-level accusations suggested. If the scandal wasn't already big enough, Justin's lawsuit against Blake and Ryan Reynolds demanded an eye-popping $400 million in damages. Headlines exploded. Could he truly expect to collect such a sum, or was this an extreme tactic to force negotiations? Legal experts mostly believed the figure was more about drama than realistic recovery. To prove that level of harm, Justin would need evidence that his career track was worth $500 million. Still, the gambit worked in one sense. It seized media attention and reframed him as the aggrieved party, not just the defendant in Blake's harassment claims. Blake's immediate response was to invoke DARVO, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. She implied Justin was flipping the narrative to paint her as the perpetrator. Yet Justin maintained he was seeking vindication after being abandoned by his representation, losing deals, and facing social media backlash. If his allegations that Blake orchestrated a smear campaign are valid, then a countersuit for defamation might be his only path to repair the damage. Is $400 million overkill? Likely, but in a high-stakes industry that thrives on shock value, the price tag alone can impact public opinion. If Justin's objective was to disrupt Blake's version of events, it worked. Suddenly, the news cycle shifted to his claims of extortion, overshadowing her original complaints. And that led many to wonder which side was closer to the truth. With trial dates still distant, both sides continue battling in the court of public opinion. Initially, Blake seemed the sympathetic figure, a beloved star claiming she was mistreated on set. But doubts crept in after contradictory video footage, flirty texts, and the questionable porn accusation. Meanwhile, Justin faces a different dilemma. He built a brand around advocating open, respectful masculinity. Yet here he is, waging an aggressive legal and PR campaign. Some see it as hypocrisy, others view it as survival in a cutthroat industry. Each new leak or revelation jolts fans' perspectives again, with supporters flipping allegiances in a swirl of confusion. Neither star appears unscathed. Blake might gain a reputation as difficult to work with, overshadowing her talent and affecting future roles. Justin risks being labeled conflict-prone, undermining his directorial potential. Ryan Reynolds, though less visible, also faces brand fallout by association with a controversy overshadowing his wife. Ultimately, the real winner could be the endless appetite for celebrity drama. Each teaser from court filings or insider leaks reignites the frenzy. Will it end in a colossal courtroom showdown or an off-the-record deal that buries the scandal's biggest secrets? The possibility of more leaked documents and shocking testimonies looms, keeping everyone on edge. We've watched this feud escalate from alleged on-set tension to public mudslinging, and a $400 million lawsuit. At its core stand Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, both claiming the other is twisting facts, each defending their narrative. Contradictions abound, from the pornography misunderstanding to a trove of text messages and a late-night memo painting Justin as anything but an unrepentant aggressor. If there's one lesson to glean here, it's that Hollywood conflicts rarely boil down to clear heroes or villains. Layers of power dynamics, PR strategies, and personal ambitions all collide. Is Blake truly seeking justice or harnessing sympathy to maintain control? Is Justin a reformed advocate for respectful masculinity or a savvy operator using legal shock and awe to flip the script? The outcome might hinge on future depositions, settlements, or evidence we've yet to see. One thing is certain, neither star emerges from this war untainted. Their pristine images have cracked, exposing raw ambition beneath the glamour. At a time when trust can make or break careers, both may struggle to regain the polished reputations they once enjoyed. For now, we can only watch and wonder as new leaks and rumors swirl. Will the truth finally stand up to the spin in a courtroom? Or will this saga end quietly in a settlement that leaves fans guessing? Stay tuned, because if there's one constant in Hollywood, it's that stories like this almost never fade without a few more shocking twists. Thank you for joining us on this unfolding drama. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, remember to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. We'll keep you updated on every new turn in this scandal, because in Tinseltown, you never know when the next revelation might blow everything wide open. Again,